to the third and final part of session 53.
Oh my god, the suspense.
Dark Harbor.
Dark Harbor.
I'm not doing that again.
We did it. It went
It's a
okay.
baby whale Jay.
This has spiraled out of control. All right, so before we get back into the action and resolve all the suspenseful things we left off on, let's talk about our sponsors.
We have sponsors.
Woohoo!
And third time is the charm, folks.
You got
if
it.
you've been paying attention this month, I've had trouble.
We believe in you.
saying
We believe in
words.
you.
Less trouble each time.
Let's go.
That hurt so bad.
Sorry, too hard.
I carried a piano with shoulder straps earlier, and it
Here we go. I'll
hurt.
be more gentle.
We didn't know.
Gentle.
There you go.
Anyway, our first sponsor are our friends at Gaming Paper. If you have
Yay.
any type of map making or present wrapping needs for your tabletop games or tabletop gamers in your life, check them out at gamingpaper.com. They've got all kinds of cool stuff with regular paper, with grids, and isometric grids, and dry erase tiles, and transparent tiles,
So
and
they're just cool people. I like
they're
that.
also pretty cool people.
And they host our podcast.
And they host our podcast. Check them out at gamingpaper.com. Secondly, we've got our friends at Character Case. They've been posting some really neat content on their blog, Helpful NPCs. You got some cool things that you can use in your home game, so check them out. They also have these wonderful devices that help us keep track of all our dice, minis, little cards that we keep some stuff on,
Well,
character sheets.
Some of us have one. It's fine.
I thought that was funny.
Lastly, I got weird energy tonight, folks. I apologize.
I feel like it's only gotten weirder as we've gone along.
Yeah.
Lastly, we've got our friends at Sirenscape, who make all kinds of weird noises with their
Their devices.
with their soundscapes.
They make wonderful noises with their sounds.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, some of them are a little weird.
Music
Fair.
and
They
market
do.
sounds.
We're doing weird things in games, so I feel like we're gonna hear some weird noises. So anything not made by us is probably coming from our friends at Sirenscape. Check them out. Check out their web player if you play remotely online, because you can make
Wanna
your
play some
entire
weird
party
noises.
all listen to the same music
wonderful.
as weird things happen in your weird home games.
All right,
pretty
ready
good.
for some weird
Oh boy,
hair?
weird noises.
Let's go weird
This
noise.
is a Jungo Dino laser battle. You could have this.
Is it
A
playing?
what?
It's playing, yeah. You turned it down, remember?
I didn't turn it down that much.
Do we
Can't
hear
it
something?
at all.
Did we lose?
Perhaps
Did we?
I'm just okay.
You know why you don't hear anything? Because dinosaurs don't have lasers.
Oh, now with that attitude, jeez.
Elizabeth, you need to tell them about spring.com. Elizabeth, hurry!
Elizabeth! Spring.com is where you can find all wonderful Dice Tales merchandise, including pencil cases and t-shirts
I keep
and
dice in this one,
and
but
dice cases and phone cases and I think mugs and it has our logos.
Phone cases,
Welcome
t-shirts, stickers,
I
mugs, and
just
so
said all
much
of that.
more. Spring.com. Just search Dice Tales. Try it now.
our next shirt, what's under the table?
It's me.
I feel like I was tested and found wanting.
You did
You were
great.
not. You
And
did a
I'm
great
proud of
job.
Corey's
That's
full
a
connected.
great Knight's Tale reference, though.
I think this is a good time to cut away to the recap.
Yep.
Let's do that.
The Children of Destiny, plus their less than enthusiastic new companion Cyrdaray, travel to the coastal city of Saloon to investigate the mysterious Mezaketh Isle and its possible connection to the Adumbral Calyx. They decided to do some information gathering in the city before venturing out to the island, splitting up to head in several directions, Jill to a bar, Leaf to a shady magic shop, and Callista, Beyonce, and Cyrdaray to a waterfront dive tavern. Callista is preparing to trail a suspicious woman who seems to be preying on people down on their luck, behavior that is reminiscent of the cult of Shah. And that's where we pick up the adventure tonight on Dice Tales.
All right, welcome back.
Woo!
Let's get
Huzzah.
into it. Into the mix.
Do this.
All right, I'm going to
Jesus,
start
8,000-yard stare.
with Jill.
Okay.
Jill, after you leave the bar where you met
Yeah.
Cora and found out her sad story and the whole werewolf thing and dead husband,
Dead
Dead
husband.
husband.
That
You know,
business.
whatever.
learned about this guy, Rimroos. Where are you going?
Well, I would go back to where I was supposed to meet Leith.
Okay.
Just kind of in the middle of this little market square, I suppose.
Okay. All right. So you can just linger
Just
there.
chilling. Yeah.
Cool.
Chilling.
Check out the
Be back in
shops.
1 hour.
Yeah.
1 hour.
This is 1 hour.
Buy an
presumably.
elephant ear,
About-
maybe.
Yeah, you're damn right. I'm gonna buy an elephant
Some
ear
street
with
meats.
jam.
Got a churro.
Oh, man, it's killing me.
All right.
I love a churro.
Callista, let's go to you.
All right.
Ooh.
Following.
Dun 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 dun
check.
dun 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 dun.
Does your camouflage thing like add to it?
Yes, it does. It adds 4 to it.
You just rolled the same number twice, and it was disappointing both
That's
times.
not great. It's a 41.
Jesus, it's
Da-da,
it's
da-da,
shit.
Bye, guys.
da-da. Fuck me.
Why am I here? Okay, anyway. Okay, 41. Using your camouflage magic, nobody could even possibly detect you. You slip between people, and they don't even notice that somebody just passed by them. You're that invisible. Wow.
If
Without,
only I was a pickpocket, we could be so rich.
Damn it!
if only you
your
were
fault,
more
Cora.
immoral.
More my old self.
It's your fault. We're poor.
And you would see this woman leading this gentleman down the docks. And at a certain point, she stops and she points towards a boat that is moored here at the harbor. And you can see that there is a name written in very faded gold on the side of it. And it says the Chondathan Bride. And the man looks at her and nods, and he looks pretty smitten. And she kind of comes over and is like touching his face, and finally she just sort of steps away and looks at him over her shoulder, and then heads back into the city. And he stands there looking back at the boat.
Don't get on that boat.
What do you do?
Has she gone all the way back into the city?
She's heading that way.
I'm gonna wait until she's.
Okay. You can
Out
watch
of
her
sight.
disappear down and around the corner.
And I'm going to approach the man.
Okay. So
What are you doing?
he does not see you coming at all. He's just staring at the boat.
I'll just kind of walk up next to him and just say, "You seem so interested in that boat."
Jesus!
Pretty much just give him a heart attack on the spot. End of saga.
Just drops dead.
And just. I'm
You just slowly push his body into the water.
I am just wondering, friend, why do you seem so interested in that boat?
I'm not interested in any boat. What? Why?
You seem to be wistfully looking at something. I just thought perhaps there was
I'm
something
just,
on your mind.
Looking out to sea.
Does the sea calm?
I'm sorry. Do I know you?
You just seemed a bit distressed. I thought perhaps you could use a
Can
friend.
make a diplomacy check.
Sure, I'm super good at that.
Yes, an
Yeah, you
invisible,
just disappeared from
terrifying
time and
friend.
space by
18.
talking to him.
I'm not. I'm guessing it's been more than 15 minutes
Yes.
since I first cast the spell. I'm not. I'm not
He says-
chameleoned anymore.
I could use a friend, actually. Yes. Yes.
You
Yes, I
seemed
think
to.
you'll do quite well.
You seemed to come out here with someone, and then she just left you. I wondered.
Oh, she said she'll be back later, when the boat launches.
You are just going to wait for her?
Oh no, I was just making sure I knew what it looked like so I can find it again.
You wish to
What's
get on the boat?
What's your name?
My name is Jill.
Oh, fuck yourself.
Oh,
Oh, fine. Yeah, no.
There are 100
Yeah,
million
yeah,
Jills.
yeah. No,
100 million
you're
Jills.
so right. It's fine. You could have chosen any other fucking name, but whatever. No, it's not. No, it's
Is it
fine.
better than Eris?
my name is Cedric.
Oh,
It is nice to meet you, Cedric.
It's nice to meet you too. Are you a local?
No, just passing through, really.
Oh, a visiting family?
No, I not seen my family in quite some time.
Oh, that's too bad. Perhaps this is forward. I don't mean anything by it,
course not.
but I've been invited to a feast on one of the islands.
A feast?
A feast.
What sort of feast?
Oh, it's a celebration, a religious celebration, I suppose. But they said it was only once a year, some sort of lunar cycle, perhaps. But I've been promised a sumptuous banquet. Would you care to join us?
And I'm not particularly religious, I am afraid.
Oh, I think that's quite all right. I don't think they're going to force you to participate.
Who are they worshipping, did they say? I mean, there are moon,
Well, it's
moon
the
gods.
feast of the moon, so they're probably the moon goddess. That's Lune.
Sense motive.
Sense motive.
Good for you. Good for you.
That is a 29.
Going
This
out to the
man
crab
is
boil.
very nervous. He is hiding something from you. You feel like there's a dark intention behind him asking you to go, but that he is uncomfortable about the whole situation.
The idea of a feast does sound quite enticing, I suppose. Will there be dancing at this feast?
There might be.
And did they say, is it just a one-day feast and then you come back here?
Just for the night.
And you take the boat and...
Yes, they said there'd be about 36 of us.
That seems a rather small feast.
Well, this small island.
What? I mean, I suppose there are some of these islands that are... Which island are we going to, do you know?
The one with the lighthouse.
Oh, well, that makes sense, I suppose, so that there is light. Did the woman who invited you...
Fuck off, Brad, on behalf of Liz. Stop. Stop with your fucking malarkey. Keep going, you're fucking killing it.
You're doing great.
I'm
You're
not,
doing great.
Brad is right there.
Proud of you. Proud of you.
I said nothing.
The woman that you met, you have known her for a while? That she has invited you to a feast with her?
Oh, no. It's somewhat like I'm asking you, I suppose, just friendly strangers in a hard town.
Oh. If it is... Forgive my suspicion, but if it is a hard town, how do you know that she does not mean to do ill to you? To us?
I've seen her around before. I think I have the measure of what kind of a young lady she is.
What kind of a young lady is she?
Well, one who's just looking for some fun.
What kind of fun is she looking for? Do you think... Wait, do you think that perhaps... she is...
Close is real good at this.
He's like turning right.
Do you think... wait.
I couldn't say.
I am a bit confused. If you think she has that sort of interest in you, why would you want me to come
my
along?
daughter. I'm not saying that.
And why would you want me to come along and spoil third
Well,
wheel sort of thing?
That's not what I'm saying. I just she
37.
said to invite a friend. And
Oh.
I don't have any here in town, so
You are not allowed to go if you do not invite a friend?
she said I would need to bring someone.
Well, now you're going to feel bad if you don't.
He doesn't have
Then
any
he
friends.
doesn't get to go.
Yeah.
Did they say when the boat leaves?
It leaves tonight. It should be after midnight.
That is so late for. I suppose that makes sense
Well,
for
it's
a
a
feast
feast
of
of the moon.
the moon. Yes, I suppose that does make sense. Do you worship Selune then?
I don't know that I worship any god specifically. I mean, I used to in my youth, but
Who did you worship in your youth?
Torm.
Okay.
But I don't really anymore.
Callista's running out of small talk. So, why? I guess I suppose I am confused. Why you cannot go if you is she not your friend?
No, she's just extending the invitation.
So everyone who comes must bring a friend then?
And that's what she said.
Oh.
It's probably part of their religious rites.
Could I think about it a bit?
Of course.
All right. Well,
I didn't mean to bother you. I'm sorry. This was foolish.
well, perhaps not so foolish. You just seem
You're being really mean to him.
What was his name?
Yeah. Real nice.
Oh, baby.
Cedric, thank you. I knew it started with a C. I was
So
going to say
you agree.
Caleb, but I knew that was right.
So you agree? You think you're really pretty?
Forgive me, Cedric, but you do not seem entirely certain about the idea of going to this feast. You seem unsure.
I don't know what else to do with myself tonight.
Well, after midnight, you could, sleep.
I don't sleep very well.
Why is that?
Bad memories.
I am sorry. Are you sure that this young woman did not tell you more about this feast?
You good diplomacy check.
Come on. Be somebody, Liz.
I mean, I would have to roll a nat 20, I think, to
you
get him to tell
might
me
get
anything.
it. You might get it.
7.
7?
How does it feel to be mortal?
The rest of us peons.
Oh my god!
When it comes to talking, Caleb is not good at.
He clams out tight and he says, no, that was everything.
I'm going to step up a little closer to him, and I'm going to... No, I'm not going to.
Oh, don't. You're
I'm gonna stand up a little straighter, and I'm gonna get really close up in his face, and I'm gonna kind of lower my voice, and I'm going to say, Cedric, are you sure there is nothing else you are keeping from me?
Intimidate.
Do it.
That is what I'm doing.
Atta girl. Good for you.
I can add more to that
Like,
one.
I ain't no mortal. Beesh.
Show you fucking mortal. Here it comes.
Oh, all right.
Do you have fangs? Can you show
11,000.
fangs?
No, it's not that great. It's 29.
Not
I'm proud of you.
that. Rolled a 9.
He peas.
He's just a guy. He's not
And
like
he's a poor
a level
dude.
16 NPC guy walking around town getting bamboozled.
Well, you beat my diplomacy.
It was a very good.
Of 7.
It was a 7.
My natural was like an 18.
Yeah, well, that one worked.
Meh.
Okay. You see him suddenly recoil into himself, sort of, seeing something in you that he didn't realize was there before, and his eyes sort of shift aside in the direction that she left, and he says, Who are you?
Someone who suspects that you are trying to lure innocents into danger.
No, she said you could help me.
Help you how?
I've been through a lot. I know that's no excuse, but she said that the pain doesn't have to last.
And what happens to the extra you bring with you? Cedric?
She said they won't leave.
But you will?
Yes.
Cedric.
With my burdens gone, she said.
She lies. Do not go with her. Grief is with you always. But the pain dulls.
He looks down at his hand where that brand is. And he says, not all pain.
It does not matter what you were. There is darkness in the pasts of many. There is darkness in my past. You can overcome it. You decide who you are. Do you really wish to be someone
No,
on the back
I'm sorry.
of someone else's pain?
I'm sorry. I don't know what came over me.
It is all right.
She's very convincing.
Yes, I imagine she is. But are you now?
You gotta do.
Very convincing.
Bonk.
Promise me you will stay away from this place.
Promise.
Nudge, nudge.
Sense motive.
Change motive.
Yeah, girl. Get him.
It is a 31.
You believe him. He's too scared of you.
I'll just kind of gently turn his shoulder and, like, nudge him
And off he goes.
in a different direction than she disappeared.
Okay.
And then I'll head back into town in the direction that... Did she head back toward the same
In
bar
the
where I
city
left them? Oh,
somewhere
okay.
now, so
Okay, I'll just
she
head
could
back
be
to the bar where I
anywhere.
left
Okay.
Beyonce's.
So you head into Beyonce and Cedric.
I feel like we're doing like a staring contest at
Yeah,
this point.
I think
like,
so. Like some kind of really stupid thing that they've just sort of
Tears.
devolved. They started with like chess, and now it's just literally a staring contest. Make a will save.
Yes!
Flaring their nostrils at each other.
One at a time.
just like you're gonna break. Natural 20
Yes!
for I believe a 35.
Callista like literally comes up and says, "What would you say?"
I'm gonna try to sneak in so that they don't see me reappearing.
Okay,
Cool.
Well, then you can scare them, but he's not gonna blink.
Oh, no, actually, I'm not very stealthy, I
Did
don't
you
think.
crit fail?
I did crit fail.
Yes!
Yes, when it's important.
It's still a 31!
That doesn't matter.
So Beyonce's just gonna be like, "Hi, Callista."
As you're trying to get sneakily over there, and then you end up like running right into a waiter who's got like a tray of drinks.
Can I try to grab the
The
drinks
magic
before they fall?
eye just turns
Reflex
around
save?
backwards in your head.
Incredible.
Do some Spider-Man shit.
Oh, that's a natural 20. For a 36.
Yes!
So I saved the
Dang
drinks
it,
at least.
dang
You
it,
run
dang,
into the
motherfuckers.
waiter, the drinks go flying, in slow
Spider-Man.
motion you Spider-Man grab it, collect them all, and then Cedric's like looking, and you're just staring and not
Just-
blinking, not even looking at any of that.
Just ha!
That was
I
awesome.
hand the tray back to
What
the
a
waiter.
silly string of events.
And a
Wacky hijinks.
And a waste of 2 natural 20s. And
I don't know. I feel good.
Lighthearted romp. I'm sure there's nowhere to go but up from here.
I slide into the bench
Nothing.
next to whoever there's room next to.
Okay.
Um,
It's an equal footing because there's
All right.
only 2 of them.
I'll slide in the bench next to Beyonce.
Unless they're sitting next to each other this whole time.
Like on one side of the booth, like teenage lovers.
Like when you first got to the bar, you were on the other side and you left, and they were just awkward.
Like almost nice to know at this point.
Who should we give the check to?
All right. So anyway, you have
I will
seat.
fill them in on what happened. I'll say I followed them down to the beach. The woman left him standing in front of a boat called the Chondeth Bride. I spoke with him. She told him to be at the beach tonight, midnight, to take the boat to, he did not use the word Mezeketh Isle, but the island with the lighthouse, for a feast, claimed to be celebrating the moon goddess. He had to bring someone with him.
Knowledge, religion?
Hey!
Your best skill.
He also said,
Well, that's my best of knowledge.
oh,
so-
I eventually got
Natural
him.
fucking 20.
We know so much and are so good at being clumsy.
Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
I also
Sure.
finally got him to admit that the person he was... she told him he must take someone with him. I got him to admit that the person he would take with him would not leave the island, and that in return, his burdens would be lifted.
Easy way to indoctrinate someone.
So, what you know is that there is indeed a big festival coming up called the Feast of the Moon. This is kind of one of the major holidays here.
Oh, I love that one.
And it usually means like winter is coming. It's like
Right.
the onset of winter time. It's a time where people celebrate and honor ancestors and the dead. Folk like bless their ancestors' graves and have like rituals of remembrance. But then sometimes like followers of specific gods do different things on that day. So like in the Church of Tyr, Tyr declared that his clergy would thereafter be specialty priests with additional powers. Like he created like the Justicars like on that day.
That's why.
Yeah. So, but you would also know that for the followers of Shar, they don't call it the Feast of the Moon. They call it the Rising of the Dark. And it is a day that they plot their nefarious deeds for the next year following a live sacrifice.
real quick. I love to think that there's like the sacrifice, and then like, all right, if we could just convene into the Marriott for the presentation of the teams.
For those of you joining us remotely, we have a Teams link in the chat.
We have refreshments in the back.
Scheming.
Sorry.
So Beyonce's
got
gonna kind
invited to
of
be a
like look around at like, said, like, is anybody like looking at us or anything?
No.
Well, this is a very big day for a lot of people, including Church of Tyr. They must be celebrating the Rising of the Dark. It's kind
Church of Tyr?
No.
Oh.
No. Shut the. Sorry, I'm a little scrambled.
Your eyes are burning.
Yeah, that just like tears are down, like
Just
eyes are bloodshot.
Yeah.
Like,
Are you alright?
I won. It's what's
Is Seer to
important.
Ray's eyes also streaming?
No.
Oh.
It's
He gave up before that.
but it's their big like planning event. But there will be a sacrifice. That may be the person that your friend was supposed to recruit.
What if... Can you scry again today?
I have one more, yeah.
The woman, you saw her at the bar, yeah?
Oh, yes, I saw her.
I imagine she will be there tonight. What if you try to scry on her when this plotting is taking place?
I've got a more fun idea.
Oh,
Enlighten us.
You saw this man?
I did.
You have that fancy hat?
Oh.
I have a question. Does Seer to Ray have a kitty bookmark? I feel like he does.
Oh yeah, I thought you were like
He does.
presenting
I'm
something.
sorry. I feel like he does.
have it in my hand.
He's reading a book and he's just like,
Show the camera. Show the camera. We gotta.
it was already
There
on
we
there.
go. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I
He's
love
a
him.
ferret guy.
Ferrets.
Who do you propose comes along as the sacrifice?
One of us. The one that's better at lying, perhaps.
Oh, not me.
Probably not Beyonce.
No.
Not here, so he's trying to throw me to the wolves.
You are the wolves.
That is not a bad idea. The one problem is... How would we get the sacrifice back out without their death?
If it's me, I can take care of myself.
All right.
No one's going to sacrifice me.
I did not speak with the man, Cedric is his name, enough to know what he may have told the woman about what his troubles are. I just know that he had burdens he wished to forget.
That's fine.
And
Just
he was a
every
slave.
time people press you for it, say, I can't speak of it, it's too much.
That's awesome.
Is this how people react to things? That seems so dramatic.
Well, that's how you people seem to me.
I am a
Not
little
you so
dramatic.
That's fair.
Two.
But that one.
Melissa's face just freezes and she stares at him.
That one definitely.
I know who I am. Yes.
I think that is on the table. That plan is on the table. We should reconvene with the others, but I think that is not a bad plan.
All right, well, let's find them, shall we?
How do we find them? They didn't really tell us anywhere.
We go back to
I
when they
imagine
left
it's
us
a-
on the beach.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine they're at the bar somewhere. It's
Good bet.
I do not know where Leith planned to go, but I suppose we could
What a perfect time to cut to Leith going to the shady
I know where Leaf planned to go. Smash cut.
Emporium. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Leith.
Chia.
Him. So, they lead you back to this black cloth. They pull it aside into a dusty back room where it's sort of more warehousey back here. You wouldn't say there was a really good presentation going on outside, but there's certainly no effort for that back here at all. And Simon would say, Simon says. No, Simon would say, you looking for a scroll or...
I mean, I could use a scroll if you had one. Really, just anything that might bring them back.
Doesn't matter what shape they're in. Look.
Sweeney Todd, motherfucker.
Ideally, their shape.
Well, that's not what I mean. How do you feel about the undead?
Crack open a cold one.
Not quite the desired effect that I'm looking for.
Well, that's gonna be the easier thing. Now, how much are you willing to pay?
Well, I've got quite a bit, and I've got a few things I could probably trade.
I've got so much money and no defenses.
Semen.
but I'm not carrying it on me.
I guess. What do you have, and maybe we can strike up a bargain.
Oh, well, follow me. And it just starts, like, opening some boxes back here and taking out some random crap. I'm gonna roll it for random crap. Let's find out what it is. I'll find out
Roll
with
for
you.
random crap.
Are there any guards back here?
That boy.
Sure ain't.
That boy.
Okay.
Okay, he pulls out what looks like a drinking horn, but it's black and it has like a couple of rubies like embedded onto it in what appears to be like a skull drawing, and the eyes are two rubies. And it says, "This magic horn can be used to summon the dead back to life."
Like alive, life, or just like up out of the ground.
Your mileage may vary.
Mileage may vary. TBD.
TBD. Probably not what you're looking for. And he Alright. Pulls out something else.
Dead shit.
Yeah.
It's the start. It's the beginning.
All right. And he pulls out what looks to be like a false eye. And he says, look at this. And he pushes his finger in where the pupil is. And you hear a click. And when he removes it, the middle part where the pupil is lifts out. And there's a tiny little like cylinder in it with a small scrap of paper. And he says, that's the sort of scroll you probably want.
What is it?
Something that can bring a soul back live and breathing.
Does the body come with it? Or is it just
He's a master of fine print.
like a...
It's smart.
He's
Fey.
Fey.
He's Fey. Yeah, he's Fey.
He's a lawyer.
He's
I mean, a
all
fae.
about the fine print. Oh, no.
That's a bummer. Yeah.
A body comes with it.
I see.
Do I get to choose the body?
Depends on how powerful of a spellcaster you are.
Well, I know my way around a few things.
Oh, wonderful. Shall we talk price? And he closes it up.
Yes.
Best offer. What have you got for me?
Well, I tried this and it didn't work, and he'll pull out his wand of false life.
Okay. He's eyeing it up and he never immediately knows what it is. But he's like,
And I've never really...
crap.
Yes, like crack here. Clearly not mint.
I've never really had a lot of use for this. I'll pull out my wand of reduced person.
Okay.
Touche.
Let's see.
Pull out a small bag of like crushed ruby powder.
All right. Now we're getting close.
And I've also got... Leith will pull out one of the cultists' masks that he's been carrying around since the last time they were in Sembia.
Wow.
This, speaks in the right circles.
Does it now?
That's what I've been told.
And who are you speaking to?
The darkness?
Well, it seems you've already maybe got some friends in the right places for what you're looking for.
They, haven't been as helpful as I was expecting. What else can you do for me?
Give me a moment. And he starts rooting through some more stuff.
As he turns around, Leith is going to cast Mislead. And so Leith is still standing there,
Yep.
watching him, and Invisible Leith is putting all of his things away. Is the
All
guy...
of these things away?
Yes, all the stuff that he pulled out of the
Leaf will
bag.
still have to make a sleight of hand so that it doesn't make any noise,
Yep.
or a stealth would also be fine.
Come on, man.
You got this, you got this. Good juju.
So that is going to be
Big
28 because
Yep.
I'm invisible.
Nice. Yeah,
No,
he doesn't
38
seem
because
to
I'm
be-
Wow!
He's definitely just
Is that eye still hanging out, or is he holding on
he's
to that?
holding it in his
Okay.
hand.
Shit.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Bummer.
And he turns around and he's holding a sheathed dagger that has some runes engraved on it. Make a knowledge religion check.
I'm so good at these.
Oh, didn't you get your...
It could
thing yet?
happen.
7.
Oh,
No.
yeah, no, it
Wait,
doesn't happen.
didn't you get your crown that adds to your...
Yeah, it helps you be smarter.
Yeah.
Got
my wisdom all the way to 10.
Oh, yes.
No
This is
negatives.
intelligence.
Proud of you.
No
Intelligence.
negatives.
Leith started with a wisdom of 6. He's all the way up to 10, guys.
I'm so
Right
proud
Proud
of
of
Rob.
him.
Right on.
Okay. You have no idea what the heck any of that is. It doesn't look like magic writing to you. Like you feel like you might be able to spellcraft it if it was.
Sure.
But it's some sort of runic writing.
Can I make a sense motive check? Because I kind of get the vibe that, like, he might know people that I'm looking for, but doesn't seem to be one
Make a sense
himself.
motive.
Yeah, boy.
Totally got this. 3. Not all of us get skill ranks at everything.
No.
This guy is a sphinx.
He just looks so satisfied.
I have a real quick question. About how long has it been right now?
Like 40 minutes
Okay,
tops.
okay. Just
Yeah.
making sure. Just making sure.
All right. Standing somewhat near his illusory double, Leith will say, "What does that do?" And the double will open. The sound isn't quite right, but he's,
Weird
hopefully
ventriloquist.
close
A little
enough.
off.
Yeah.
He doesn't freaking notice, no. And he would say, "This is something your friends might be interested in.
What makes you say that?
You see this here?" And he points at the runes. And he says, "What this talks about is that this was used in a ritual by one of her great followers. It has a lot of significance to her friends."
From as he's saying this, Leith is going to like circle around and try and get to the other side of him.
Okay.
But he's still talking to the
Yep.
double. And then I would like to cast Pilfering Touch.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Or I'm sorry,
Yes.
Pilfering Hand.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Attaboy.
Look at this Fey nonsense.
Wow. So much fun sense.
Nonsense.
Faint sense. Fawn sense. I guess the best one.
Are you doing a careful maneuver to pickpocket or an abrupt maneuver?
How tightly is he holding on to this thing? What level spell?
Loosely enough because he's got one hand off it to point at stuff. So yeah, loosely.
Where did this spell go?
Hold on loosely.
Says you're creating control of
Don't
an
let
invisible
go.
telekinetic force,
Yep.
manipulating
great
it with
song.
either startling abruptness or careful deliberateness, allowing you to seize an object from an opponent or remotely manipulate an object. You can utilize this force to one of two ends. So abrupt maneuver is a disarm or steal combat maneuver that does not provoke an opportunity. And then you would pull it to you. A careful maneuver would be attempt a disable device or sleight of hand would be the one in this case to pickpocket the target within range. Spell lasts as long as you need to accomplish the task. If you're successful, you pull the target object to you abruptly. Target gets a +2 to notice the attempt.
What level spell is this?
2.
2.
It's a baby spell.
Just a baby spell. Just a little baby spell.
Bubba.
Pop.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the abrupt maneuver to steal the dagger
Yep.
from him.
Boy.
Get it.
But I'm gonna do this as a quickened spell.
Yo!
Yeah, let's go.
Look at this.
Get Brad in the game.
Look at this guy.
So that means
He's here to play.
my charisma modifier.
Nice.
My caster level is my CMB. So 15 plus.
Charisma mod? No, you're a sorcerer. So, charisma mod. Yep.
So 15 plus 5. I'm already at a 20. Plus
and it's in place
whatever.
of your strength or dex. So whatever one you have that's higher, you can also add that.
My God. Again, the slow like glasses removal. My God.
So I just roll and add that, right?
Enjoy.
That is what you do.
This is your moment.
27.
So, yeah.
Wow.
All right. So you abruptly pulled it out of his hand. He goes, "What the?"
And since this is a quicken spell, that was a swift
Yep.
action. As soon as I catch the dagger, I am going to treacherous teleport myself
Yeah.
back out into the square where I should be meeting Jill.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
He pops up, probably not exactly by you because he wouldn't know exactly where he was.
Sure.
gonna-
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like a ways away, and you can see him.
I'm just I'm like, "Oi, leave."
And this guy in the store is still staring at Leith, who is still standing there.
Oh, because the
Illusory
mystery-
leaf.
It's still there.
Okay.
Very
Well,
confused.
I'm sure some nonsense is happening there, but we'll never know.
And, well, because I can control that double, so I will just have it take off and start running.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So that, like, people start giving chase, but they can't catch
Benny
it because
Hill.
it's invisible. And
Benny
after 10
Hill.
minutes, it'll just disappear.
Hilariousness. All of that. All of that.
Hey, did they have what you wanted?
Whackety schmackety.
I feel like that guy probably has done some business with people that we're looking for, but didn't seem to be one himself.
Okay. Well, I got some information too on a guy. It was somebody who was recruiting people into a group that could take away people's pain, all the earmarks, you know. Rumrus was this guy's name, I guess. I don't know.
Say that again?
Rumrus.
Rimroos.
Rumrus.
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 Rim.
Rimroos.
Rimrus.
Rimrus. That's what I said the first time.
And the fifth.
How much do you have to drink in there?
I'm fine. I don't know what you're talking. I really am fine. I had like one drink.
You changed his name like 4
I
times.
said it right the first time. Rimrus. Say it back to me.
Rumrus.
Rimrus.
Did you hear that?
No. What are you talking about?
You'll notice that Leith is kind of holding on to an ornate dagger
Oh.
with runes carved into it.
Did you purchase that with legal tender? You seem nervous.
I made him an offer.
Did he I'm not even going to ask. Should we leave? Should we leave in a hurry?
Probably wouldn't hurt.
Let's go. And Jill would kind of like very quickly start to like.
All right.
leave the
Could we
square.
make a quick pit stop?
Of course. Where?
And as we kind of make our way back towards the beach, I would like to stop at the Temple of Mistra.
Okay. Ooh. Right. Yeah.
At this point, Jill is just kind of watching for like whoever's following Lee. She's just
Anyone
sort of
yelling,
watching
"Halt,
it. Yeah, halt thief! Exactly.
Nope. No halts, no thieves.
Good.
Dun, 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 dun.
Since that guy doesn't really want to draw the attention of the authorities.
Yeah. Probably right.
All right, the Tower of Mysteries is what this place is called. And it is a tall tower. It doesn't really look like too much from the outside. You would see like the pattern of a blue-white star up at the top of the tower, but otherwise there's just like one entrance in and out.
Would you mind waiting here?
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I won't be long.
All right.
And Leith will go in the single door.
Okay.
Are there any clergy about?
Yes, there are. There's actually quite a few in here. So there are some people who are here to pray, and then there are other people who seem to be leading service or even like sitting and doing some spell casting with people. You're not sure what that's all about. You've never seen people like spell casting together, but
It's very pretty.
it is. Like weaving a spell together.
Is there anybody looking like they're inviting a conversation or like would help someone who came in off the street?
Yeah, I mean, there's one of the clergy members who's not really involved in any of that, who's closer to the door.
Yeah.
She looks pretty young, so that's probably why she's not, like, in charge of anything, maybe, like, 18. Short, curly brown hair, and she's just kind of fidgeting.
Would you mind if I asked you a question?
Of course not.
I lost a friend recently. That worshipped Mistra, and what are your thoughts on resurrection?
Are you worried that the goddess wouldn't look well on it if you had her resurrected?
I don't know what she would want.
Well, nobody can really know what another person wants. If a resurrection attempt fails, though, often it's because the spirit is happy where they went and is chosen not to return. They can't be brought back against their will.
You're sure of that?
Yes.
Even if it was someone very powerful bringing them back?
Yes.
Okay.
The spirit has to be willing. Mistra herself has died and returned to us many times in many incarnations. It is not something she frowns upon. She embraces that there is magic that can give life, even if it is not the same magic that we practice.
Okay. That's actually quite a bit more optimistic than I was expecting. You don't happen to, I don't know, sell holy symbols or anything as an offering to the?
Yes.
Where would I get one of those?
What sort of material are you looking for?
What are my options?
So they have the cheapest ones that they have available for people are like made of wood, but then they have them in things like silver or gold, like depending on how fancy you want them to be, basically, is kind of what it comes down to. So wood ones are gold, iron for 5, silver 25, gold 100, or they have a couple platinum holy symbols that are 500 gold.
The Mistra Temple
what
gift
color-
shop.
I was just gonna say.
I would tell you they also offer to do tattoos here. Some people get like tattoos of the holy symbol instead, and they could do that for 100 gold.
What color are the pendants that I got from the moon goddesses? Are they gold?
No, they're silver.
Silver?
Yep,
Then I will spend whatever it was,
25 for a silver.
25 for a silver one.
Okay, so you can get a silver holy symbol of Mistra.
Cool.
And I will ask her
And you
her name.
take it, and for a moment it feels weird in your hand.
Ow, ow.
But you're fine. Just like with
Somebody's
the pendant around your neck.
Excuse me?
He's got a silver necklace on,
I
and
know, I
he's
know.
fine.
Yeah, well, that one's from Salune, so.
It is.
That one's different.
Boy.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your help.
Of course, if you're interested, we also sell holy text, holy water, holy flasks.
No, I'm not thirsty, thank you.
You could get your dear friend again.
Thirsty for holy water.
And Leith will take his leave and politely return
from the
to
floor.
the outdoors and
All right.
find Jill.
So you guys can wander your way back to the beach.
Yep. Did you find what you were looking for?
I think so.
Good. What was it?
Nothing.
And Jill wouldn't press the issue.
Wise,
He's a sad, sad boy.
sad boy.
You would notice that Leith is just like holding very carefully to that dagger that he showed up with.
Mm-hmm. I just have my eye on it, but again, I don't ask really.
All right, you guys meet back up. So you fill each other in on all of your info
Why are your eyes so red?
and plans.
I
Some
won.
sort of staring contest.
Stubbornness.
Basically a pissing contest. It does not matter. What matters is that there is a festival feast of some sort, some dark sort, on Mazaketh Isle tonight.
Yes.
And we may have a way in, but only for two of us.
What kind of festival?
What did I call? What was it called?
Rise
The
of
Rising
Dark.
of the Dark.
Rising of the Dark.
It's called the Rising of the Dark.
That sounds really ominous.
It is.
Oh, it is
involves
quite ominous.
Sacrifice. There was a man trying to get me to go with him. He'd been recruited by someone.
Speaking of sacrifices, I did find this, and Lethal set the dagger on the table, but keep a
I
hand
don't
on
think we're
it.
at
He
the
won't.
bar, are we?
No,
Or-
we're just at a table
okay.
on the side.
I think we're on the beach.
I think we're on
Are
the
we on the
beach.
beach?
Yeah,
We're on the
beach.
it's
Oh, I
the
thought
only
we were
place
at
we
the
would have known to
Oh,
meet
right.
back
We're
up.
on the beach.
Then
apologize.
Lethal will just hold
No
on to
table.
it.
Do I recognize this thing?
If
Religion
I can
check?
have a minute, I'd
Because
like
I
to
know.
cast Identify on it and see if it's actually
That seems
what
like
the
a
man
good idea.
says it was.
Well,
Because
the
of my knowledge of
into
Shar,
the
would
depths
I
of
get
his
any
memory, why don't
Help
you?
on this?
Just roll it.
Okay. 13.
You have no idea.
That's a pretty dagger.
Yep.
Jill is feeling very self-conscious about her dumb fuck information that she found. And she would share it, but it's not a cool dagger or frickin' sacrifice meal.
Sacrifice meal.
So she's like,
still
there's been a recruiter in town, I guess. His name is Rim Roos.
This could also be an important source.
Rim
of
what?
information.
Rim
Thank
job?
you,
What?
Callista. Don't patronize me.
I am not patronizing you. Rimrose is likely of a similar caliber
Maybe he
as
can get
this
more.
woman.
Maybe he can get more than two of us in.
25 on my Identify check.
The dagger itself does not seem to be magic.
Okay.
Doesn't need to be if it's for sacrifices. Just kind of.
The question is, if they are performing sacrifices tonight, they do not need this dagger?
Well, he had it in a storeroom, so I don't know how reputable he was.
Theodore says, I'm sure they have more than one sacrifice dagger.
Yeah, probably. Well, why only two of us? Why can't we all just go to the
Because the deal was that the man that this woman recruited had to bring one person as a sacrifice. One of us, I pointed the hat, could become the man because one of us has seen him, and someone else goes along as the sacrifice.
Well, like, what if he brought more than one? Like, probably wouldn't get in trouble for that, right? They want people.
It seems that deviating from what was requested might,
Draw undue
Draw.
attention.
yes. And Theodore notes that he can remove himself from danger before the sacrifice is performed. Leith, I know you could do the same.
Yeah. I
If
mean,
you prefer, you're welcome to it.
I think that's fine that he goes. Leith, I think that's fine that he goes.
Don't let him get sacrificed.
well, I mean, I could also get us all to the island. That's
And then we can be all sneaky like.
not really that hard. And then
If
you'd
the
have
three of you-
backup.
If the three of you followed, that could work too. I think we would want to avoid a fight at all costs. We do not know exactly how many people would be there, but the man, Cedric was his name, who had been recruited, thought that there would be at least 30 or so people taking the boat to the island.
Oh.
I do not know how many people are already there.
Were they all like fighting types or
Well, half would be sacrifices, the other half would be
the downtrodden?
presumably. I would
Still should
assume-
avoid a fight, but
I would
like,
assume there are others
What
already.
do the rest of us do while you're off getting sacrificed?
everyone's staring contests.
Search the island.
I mean, I'm very good at that.
Apparently.
we're
this-
looking for what?
The
Information.
Adumbral Calyx.
The Adumral Calyx.
So
And we
if
know about it. What?
very little. We think it is on the island, perhaps in the same locus as Hazamdale's Beacon, which presumably is the lighthouse.
This is where the the Cult of Shar is going to be deciding basically what they do for the next year.
Which
Having ears on that would...
That's why I want
That's-
to go.
this
Spying
would be
in this
myself
way
and
is
Cedere.
my wheelhouse.
It's his wheelhouse.
I believe
It's very
It's not
sneaky.
mine.
I believe the thinking is if Cedere and I go in that capacity and Leith can teleport
Yes.
Jill and Beyonce in secrecy,
Yes.
the three of you may be able to explore while the festival is going on and people are distracted, hopefully.
Worst case, we can provide a distraction.
Indeed. We do have ways of communicating with one another. Or at least, well,
It takes a while for me.
I do.
Leith is swift with his messages.
When I'm close by,
How close do you need to be?
just gotta be able to see you. Or know where you are.
I think this is a good plan.
I
Is
think
that
it's
tonight?
a plan.
Tonight at midnight is when the boat is supposed to leave from the shore. I do not know how long it takes to get to the island from the boat.
When does the party start? Seems pretty late.
Presumably
to-
when we arrive and I get sacrificed.
It is the Festival of the Moon, of course it is late.
Yeah.
Or at least they are naming it the Festival of the Moon. We know it is not that.
And not all of us have a 9 p.m. bedtime.
It will certainly
Oh, me
stir up
either.
a ruckus when I make my escape. So if you wait until you hear that, you should have some time.
Do we want to try and get there now and find places to hide?
Just us three, and then let them go later on with the rest.
Yeah. I mean, or we wait until we see them get in the boat and go. And
I would feel more comfortable with that if you waited until we get in the boat. Otherwise, there is too much chance that you will be discovered.
sure, no problem. Are there trees on these islands leading out to
Okay.
the thing?
Good.
Yep.
Good.
There are lots of like bushes and
Cool.
trees.
Like
So not
trees
just, like,
big
rocky-
enough
I was
that I could
totally
use
picturing
tree
rocky.
stride to
Yeah,
travel
same.
through if I wanted
That's what I
to.
was too. Okay. All right. We'll wait.
Well,
So big dark lighthouse at... We leave at midnight?
I think so.
Well
It's midnight.
Sounds horrible. Sounds horrible. Let's do it.
We're in.
and that is where we will end.
Awesome. Sounds horrible. Let's do it. You're the king of the one-liners today, man. You like ended everyone on like a nice button.
Thank you
It's been
guys.
great.
Thanks to our sponsors, Gaming Paper, Helpful NPCs, Character Case, and our friends at Sirenscape as always. And we will see you guys next time.
Goodbye. Goodbye now. Goodbye.
Well, goodbye.